All right. We cover the biggest winners of the 2026 NFL Draft. Now it's time to look at my biggest losers. And while I'm not going to say these teams have a bad future, I don't think any of these draft classes will help set them up for long-term success. I have 4 teams on this list. Honestly, couldn't find a 5th that I didn't like so much enough to put here, and this video also won't be ranked like the last one. Each reason why I didn't like these drafts are different, so I didn't think it made much sense. But preamble aside, if you like video essays like this one and you want to see more, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It's free and I would greatly appreciate it. With that out of the way, let's break it down. Leading us off is the Los Angeles Rams, and it's not for drafting Ty Simpson. Simpson was the correct and smart decision, reach or not. And I could rant about this for a while, but for the sake of time, let's not. If that's something you guys want to see, though, let me know in the comments down below. But the real reason they were losers was their management of resources. The Rams didn't have a lot of capital going in, so they really needed to hit on their picks, especially in the top 100, and I thought that they missed. Ohio State tight end Max Clare is one of the top guys in the class, straight up, and I'll be the first to tell you, it does make a lot of sense, because Sean McVay, he loves his tight ends, so he has a dynamic, versatile weapon to add to that group. But to me, wide receiver was a much bigger need, and they didn't address it until round 6. This was also a really deep tight end class as well. I think they could have got a guy later and drafted a wide receiver and got ahead of what will be a big need at a premium position next year. And they also don't have a first-round pick next year either. More on that later. Their next pick, though, Missouri tackle Keegan Trost, raised my eyebrow because I have a hard time seeing where he fits. He is polished, experienced. A 7th-year senior, though, sheesh. He can compete at a minimum and will provide quality depth, but by the time he's a certified starter, how many years are you going to get out of him? Is he going to be worth the bigger second contract at 28 years old? I would have liked to see a player picked here with more long-term potential. Now, despite my gripes, this draft won't hurt their chances to win now. They're still a top 3 team. I guess now number 1, because I was going to talk about how these draft picks are going to be so important over the next few years in order for the Rams to stay where they are. But after trading for Myles freaking Garrett, clearly they don't care about the draft enough for that to be discussed. So it doesn't change my opinion about their draft, unfortunately. And so far, it still doesn't invoke a ton of confidence. Moving out west, the next team I have is one of my biggest losers is the San Francisco 49ers. And for them, it is such a mixed bag. There were players in here that had zero reason going where they got picked, and that starts with Ole Miss receiver Dejon Stribling in round 2. Stribling is talented, and he did rise up draft boards a lot as we got closer to the draft, but 33rd overall? Absolutely not. This was a massive reach, and to trade out of the first round for him makes it look that much worse for me. Another reach was Indiana running back Kalen Black in round 3. 100% could have gotten him later, and yet again, another back taken in this range, which hasn't worked out for the 49ers so far. So even though they've missed numerous times, I guess we'll do it again. It's not a knock on Black. The 49ers, they reached on a guy, like I said, in a range that he was taken, they have never found success at. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the third player, Washington tackle Carver Willis, who will transition to guard, had a mid to late day 3 projection, and they took him in the 4th. He's a great run blocker, but he doesn't have the ideal strength or certain measurables to hold up as a tackle or a guard. So on day 3 of the draft, you're just throwing darts and hoping something lands. I get that. But I have a hard time seeing how Willis could be the one that does compared to the 49ers' other picks in round 4. And speaking of them, I should acknowledge the other part of the mixed bag, what was good, what I really liked. And I liked the picks of Romello Height in round 3, and then Grayson Halton and Efesians Pressock in round 4. Height can be that speed, third rusher in the rotation that adds a ton of pop off the edge. If he can get his weight up and refine some of the technique, he could be a very important piece. Same goes for Halton. He brings pop and speed to San Fran's front 4 as well. He's undersized, but his quickness and his hand usage make him a dynamic, disruptive force on the field. And I thought the 49ers got good value where they took him to. And that brings me to Efesians Pressock. I really like this guy. Someone that I did a lot of research on. He has great size, speed, and length. Just needs to lower his pad level and play with some more anticipation. But I think if he can do that, he's gonna be a good player, especially in the 49ers defense. They needed better cornerback depth, and Pressock is the cherry on top of all the moves they made in free agency to fix this problem. He won't be rushed to play and can learn behind talented and more established guys, so he's in a great situation. I really do want to like this draft class more. I'm trying really hard here, but some of the selections taken where they were are just head-scratching, and again, it's not a knock on the players. I really am trying not to disrespect anybody here, but at the same time, where they got taken for me is a problem, and it's another example of the 49ers being a team in recent years that has been inconsistent in the NFL draft. All right, moving now to my second to last team, it is the Denver Broncos, simply because they had no high-end draft capital, which, to be fair, Jalen Waddle is probably better than any prospect they could have taken anyways. But when your first pick is 66th overall, you're already playing behind the 8 ball in a big way, and that extends with the players they selected, which right now I don't see as needle movers at the moment. Let me paint a picture for you. Deep tackle Tyler Onyedon, running back Jonah Coleman, guard Cage Casey, and tight end Justin Jolly are all prospects that I genuinely like. I want to make that clear. Onyedon is a twitchy and explosive athlete with good length, and he's good against the run, and he has flashes of pass rush potential that are really, really nice. Coleman is a physical, very smart running back who Sean Payton will appreciate because he maximizes every carry. Cage Casey is a solid prospect, decent size, great technique, very high floor. And lastly, with Jolly, he's a good pass catcher, long arms, strong hands, great body control. It all sounds swell, doesn't it? But here's the solvent pop. All these guys are projected to be role players, some with real starter potential, but none of these guys seemingly having the upside to be true elite difference makers. So it makes me wonder what the long-term impact of this draft class will be. Then you add in the AFC West, and that's a hard division. You can't afford to miss in the draft, so if this class ends up being what they were projected to be all along, that's how you fall behind if you're Denver. Regardless, this class is still going to need some time, it's going to need some patience, and chances are at least one of these players is going to hit. I trust Denver's coaching staff a lot. I'm willing to wait it out and give it the patience it deserves. There is a scenario where all these players do develop well and become solid contributors, but right now I'm not willing to bet on that. Okie dokie, we made it to my last team, and it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. This was the one draft that I truly did not like. And the reason being, they looked like they had zero clue what they were doing. They horrendously reached on guys, and they didn't even attack their top need until day 3. I really don't want to trash on these players and disrespect these players. Again, I want to make that clear. It's not my intent. But 3 of their first 4 selections, tight end Nate Borkature, defensive tackle Albert Regis, and safety Jalen Husky, I just don't understand their reasoning at all. Borkature has good size, he's a good athlete, but he's a pure blocking tight end. There is minimal production of him catching the football. That is not worth a second-round pick. That sounds like a day 3 pick, which is where he was projected. Moving to Regis, to be fair, he's pretty good in run defense. Despite being undersized, he has polished technique and he fights with effort. But again, he is projected to be a day 3 pick, and he is, as of now, a run-stuffing nose tackle, and that is an important role, but you can find guys like that anywhere. There's an abundance of players that can fill that role, which speaks to the questionable nature of the pick. Thirdly, with Jalen Husky, he is slow for NFL standards, which severely limits his ceiling. Now, he has great ball skills. He had 11 picks in 3 years. That is impressive, and he does his job in the run game well. But the lack of speed and short area quickness doesn't sit right with me. He was projected to be picked on late day 3, and they took him in the top 100. Again, I'm not intending to disrespect these guys, but taking them where Jacksonville did makes zero sense, and these decisions also prevented them from attacking their biggest need. Like, I don't know, linebacker? You just lost Devin Lloyd and you didn't address the need until round 7? What are we doing here? That's not good. I will wrap this up, though, with a positive note, and that is guard Emmanuel Pregnon. This was a steal. He was projected to go in round 2, early round 2, at least for me, and he fell pretty far, which is crazy because I think he's a day 1 starter. He is great in the run game, solid pass protection, he's got a nasty streak, and he's not afraid to throw guys into the dirt. That is the type of player Jacksonville needs on their offensive line. But if Pregnon is the one pick to work out, that would be a big disappointment. But hey, they did say that they achieved consensus within the building So they may know things we don't. Time will tell, but right now, I can't say I agree. And that's a wrap on today's video. Who were your biggest losers of the NFL draft? Who should have made this list? Let me know in the comments down below. I love seeing what y'all have to say. And once again, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching and have a fantastic, fantabulous, awesome freaking day. And I will see you next time.